What's going on, everybody? Welcome to day number 5 of the 12 days of Christmas. I just love the support that we've gotten for these videos, and especially for those of my guests and the people that I've chosen, the awesome members of the comic book community. You guys have all come out, supported them, shown a ton of love in the chat, and I think this idea is working out. You know, when my wife said, do the 12 days of Christmas, give back to the community, the reason we do that is because, one, we want to spread that love, but we want to come closer. And I definitely feel a lot closer to a lot of people in this community, those that have been on the show and those that are in the chat, those that message afterwards, those that show their books on Instagram. It's just been a really great experience. And I want to say thank you to every single one of you guys that have been here in the chats, that have dropped it in the video, that have showed your love. So you guys rock, and I want you to know that tonight. So thank you for being here. I've got a really cool guy that's going to hang out with us tonight. I want to introduce all of you guys to my friend, Mr. Garrell.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
What's up with you, a Houston Oilers fan?
Yeah, Houston Oilers. Yeah, no, I'm doing great.
Yeah?
That's just to troll my family since they're over-the-top Cowboy fans.
Are they really?
Oh, gosh. Like, obsessive. Like, doesn't make sense to be that crazy.
Oh, my God.
But I got, when we got married, it was like, I don't remember, December 15th. I guess I should know that probably a little faster. But it was like a Saturday, I think it was, or Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And we were there, we had the wedding and everything, and I was like stressed out about the wedding. My uncle comes to me, and it's my whole Texas, family, the hillbillies and all. And I remember he shook my hand, and there was clearly money in the hand, and I was looking at him funny, like, what's going on? And he grabbed my hand really tight and pulled me in close, and he said, "What the hell are you doing scheduling your wedding during a Cowboy game?" And I said, "What? It's a Cowboy game?" He said, "Yeah." He goes, he said, "Nephew, I love you, but we're going over to Applebee's to watch the Cowboys."
Oh, my God.
It's a great wedding. Tell Carrie I said hi, love you guys. And they all turned around and left in unison to go watch Cowboy. Mad, too. Not like feeling bad. They were mad that I put the Cowboy game in jeopardy.
Those are so crazy priorities, man.
So ever since then, it's been troll time whenever I see
There you
them.
go. So this is a good year for you then, right? Because you have a lot to troll for this year.
Oh, their Facebook posts are hilarious. You would think they're losing members of their family.
I don't know if many people that don't live in Texas understand the gravity of what happens during Cowboy season.
It's crazy.
Because, I'm a Texas guy too, right? So all over my Facebook feed, all over town, the Cowboys are winning. They're in your face. They're like, we rock. We're going to the Super Bowl. We're the greatest ever. And then when they're losing, they're complaining, cussing, yelling, angry as can be, or completely silent.
It's like dangerous on the streets that people are so mad. You can tell by the way people drive. You can tell by the way people talk to each other, even like at Walmart. Like it's depression. It sits in. And it's funny because you watch the radio. They'll win like 32-12 against like the worst team. And it's like, that's it. That's 5 Super Bowls in a row, baby. We're going all the way. And every call-in show, doesn't matter race, creed, it doesn't matter age, they're all. And then the very next game, they can lose a squeaker 35-30. Like they should fire their entire coach staff. It's the worst team in the history of the world.
Dude, it's exactly what we go through here too, man. Somebody understands me now, man. Somebody gets it. That's crazy though that your family did that to you, man. That's hilarious.
I bet they probably still talk about it randomly. Like, I cannot believe he did this.
Yeah, it's all your fault. Oh my gosh, man. Oh, that's hilarious, man. That's too crazy. Let's see who's here in the chat, man. Let's see if there's any Cowboy fans in here.
I doubt it.
So we got Donnie Mastodon stopped by earlier. He's going live right now at the same time. He's like, I didn't know you were doing this. So sorry, Donnie. We love you. We'll go check it out on the rewind, man. JP, he's ready to cry. He's like, ready for some tears, Mr. Garrell.
No.
Mick D is in the house. What's up, Mick D? Love you, brother. Sam's Tanglewood, another guy I love. What's up, dude? Awesome, man. We got the Coach Vic 7. I love his hello. What's up, brother? Metarog Rogers, good to see you as always, my friend. Unruly Simeon says peace and Merry Christmas to everybody. Let's see who else. Hack 79. What's up, Hack? Gomez, the comic collector. What's up, my brother?
Gomez.
Steve Whiting. What's up, Steve? Let's see. The Fantastic Horde. Hello. How you doing? Happy holidays to you as well. Too Many Comics. Thank you for stopping by again. It's always good to see you. Unruly Simeon. Totally get it. You don't schedule your wedding in Georgia on Day of the Dogs. He feels you, man. So the Coach Vic 7 says the Cowboys rule and they need to fire the whole staff.
There you go. See? That's it. That's a Cowboy fan right there.
You know what, though? I'll be honest. I agree with you, man.
Yeah, they probably do.
It's time. It's time.
You just
Barbarian Kung Fu. What's up, brother? Just a Rican Comics. Yo, yo, yo. And Comic Books NYC. What's up, my friend? Patrick Wall right there at the end. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas to you. So before we get any further, there's a lot of stuff going on tonight that I want to shout out really quick, if that's cool with you, Mr. Garrell.
Yep.
So right after this show, we've got Coast to Coast Comics at Just a Rican in his comics. So guys, head over there. Tim, Jeffrey Comic Con. I'm not sure who else is on tonight, but always good to support Rod and his channel. At the same time, Fuchsia. No. That's not at the same time. That's later. After that, I'm going to be on with Gem Mint on his channel. We're going to be going over books we picked up this week. And this was a really good read, actually. Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers. I loved it. But that will be on Gem Mint's channel. Then after that, we're going to have Fuchsia and Soldier. And then later on tonight, JP's budget collecting. He's real close to 600, guys. So if you're here watching and you're not subbed to one of my best friends in the comic community, JP, please join us tonight. Check out his channel. And if you like what you see, sub it, because he's a great guy. He's at 594. That's how close he is. Thank you, Rod, for putting that up there. Let's get him to 600, guys. We got to do it. So please head over, support everybody tonight. If I missed one of you and you guys have something going on tonight, put it in the chat. That way people can go and support you for sure. So the comic collector, Tim, what's up, my brother? He just popped in. And Super Russ 9000. Always good to see you, Russ. So cool. Mr. Garrell, how you been, man? What's going on? What's new?
I'm doing great. I just want to point out that Barbarian Kung Fu is in here, and he's not in here. He says he's in here to support. He's not. He's a jerk. He's hoping that I cry, and he wants to catch it live.
Oh my gosh!
No, he's a jerk. Because I told him that, and I said, "There's no reason to watch because I don't need none of the because we're in a comic book club together. I don't need none of those jerks like Issues and the rest of them in here. Going to give me a hard time forever. There'll be memes and post pit all the time. He's a jerk. He's not in here for good.
Love you, Barbarian. That's too good, man. That's too good. That's when you know you guys are friends, man. I love it. Fantastic, Cord. Thanks for stopping in. You have a good one. What's up, poor Mike? Good for you to drop in, my brother. I saw someone else. Jeff, Comic 813. What's up, Jeff? Speaking of Jeff and some of our Florida friends, I am gonna for sure be going to MegaCon now. So I'm getting excited. Talked it over with the wife, and her and I will be heading to Florida next year. So now we got to figure out who's going to go to Harry Potter World with us, who's going to go to Star Wars stuff with us. It's going to be a blast, guys. So Werewolf, by lunchtime, good to see you again today from Australia, my friend. Good morning to you. That's awesome.
So you can have a little bit of we'll have an honest conversation. So in college, one of my professors went on this totally crazy rant. About it was I forgot what class it was, but it was about how Harry Potter changed the way society works and at the time.
Interesting.
He made us read Harry Potter, the first book. Okay. And I read it and I wanted to hate on it, but I really liked it. And so I unfortunately showed it to the wife and I was like, hey, look, here's this Harry Potter 1. And I had already, I think, bought like 2 and 3. They were already out a lot. And I already bought a lot of them, and I was like, I really liked it. And I didn't know she had read it, but secretly she had read it one night completely through and was already starting.
Oh, she's awesome.
Oh, yeah. So we're reading Harry Potter, and I'm trying to keep it to myself because, you don't want to let the boys on the streets know that you're reading Harry Potter in a crazy amount.
You don't want to be picked on, huh?
Yeah, you're buying, like this thick of a book the day it comes out. You're like waiting in line at Barnes & Noble to get the hardback. Yes. So one day I come home and she's home. She's not supposed to be, and I'm not supposed to be home. I took off from work and she took off from school. And I look down. I have a Barnes & Noble bag. She has a Barnes & Noble bag. And I said, what is in your bag? And she's like, what's in your bag? And we sat there for arguing about who's in what's bag. And we both have went out on release date and bought the expensive Harry Potter. And I said, I told you I was getting that. Why did you buy that? She goes, because you don't read fast enough. So to this day in our library, there's 2 each one, 2 volume 4, 2 volume 5. However many there were. There are 2 of them because she kept doing it.
I love it, bro. I love the visual that I got in my head right now, thinking about you both standing there looking at each other's bags like old Western movie.
Yeah. So in Houston, when I lived there, I worked at a place called Freebirds. They do burritos, and we were always there till really late. And I was always exhausted because I was always up really late. So one night she asked me if I wanted to go to the movies. And for some reason, it didn't click that it's too late to go to a movie.
Uh-huh.
So we go to the movie, and I'm sitting, I'm exhausted, I'm tired. I wasn't even looking up. And we had to wait. And I was like, why do I have to wait? And she was like, oh, it just takes a while to get in the movie. And I'm like, all right. So as I'm realizing it's like midnight, and why is anybody watching a movie at midnight? I look up, and everybody, now these are grown people, these aren't 12-year-olds, are running by with wands and stuff, and they're yelling random Latin phrases at each other. And I look over at her, and this time she has this smile on her face, but she's also horrified how I'm going to react. And I said, is this a Harry Potter midnight release? She's like, yes, it is. And we're going to the whatever the big screen was.
Yes.
Yeah, and she caught me on that one too. Yeah, the Harry Potter midnight release. And we were the only ones not dressed up. So,
dude, your wife rocks, man.
That's
I like her even more than I already did. She's too cool. I'll tell you this, man. I felt the same way you did. I'm like, I'm not gonna be reading Harry Potter. Come on, this is ridiculous, right? And so I remember when the third movie came out, my wife's like, let's go watch it. I was like, oh, okay, I'll go watch this nonsense, you know? So there's that one scene where Harry is going to be killed by the Dementors, and he's there in the forest with Sirius Black. And then, like, he saves himself because he's using the time tuner, right? And he goes out there, he's like, Expecto Patronum. I remember watching that in the theater. I had goosebumps everywhere. I went home and bought all the books the next day. It blew me away, man. And then I thought, okay, let's see how these books are. And I fell in love with them, man. And when I went to school to be a writer. So I got a creative writing degree. And every year I was in there, people would talk trash about Harry Potter. And so I'd go get a book and I'd give it to them and I'd say, read it. And if you like it, if you don't like it, I will pay you the time that you wasted reading this. But if you like it, you got to pay me back for this book. Everybody, man, reads that book, falls in love with it. They just do. It's so good. It's just so written so well, man. So I feel you.
Yeah, she did a pretty good job. I mean, if you go, I know it's not a Harry Potter breakdown, but like the first book is almost like for little kids. It feels that way, but the world is very deep and rich, and you're kind of like you get. And then as it goes on, she did it very clever by getting very, very adult. And at the end, with people dying and all kinds of stuff happening. Yeah, she did a great job with that. It really does make you become a fan.
Yeah, man, that's cool. That's really cool. I'm glad you shared that with me because I'm a big Harry Potter fan, man. So I like hearing that a lot, brother. Yeah, so I got a question for you. Tell me your comic book story, brother. How did you get into comics? How did you start jumping on YouTube? Because, I've seen you for a long time here on YouTube. And then all of a sudden, there you go, making your videos and stuff. Like, give us the breakdown of Mr. Garrell, man.
Well, I guess I can start with the adult part. I don't know. I was just, we were working all the time. And I don't know. You just had I didn't really have any hobbies other than like playing video games. And the wife was doing something. I can't remember. She was doing something that was annoying me, like at some shop. And so I just walked out bored, whatever she was doing, trying stuff on or something. And there was a comic book shop. So I walked in there just totally randomly. Yeah. And I saw, I think it was the Batman Who Laughs. Okay. I saw that character on the wall and I didn't know anything about it. It's like Batman went evil. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a really funny story.
Yeah.
And I forgot where we were, but we're nowhere near my house. And I picked up that book and it was the Metal series. And I picked up a few of those. Cool. And then he was, well, if you like that, and I can't remember all the ones. I can't remember all the different books, but the guy was really good. He gave me like 3 different books to read. And I picked them up and I liked them all. So I started buying them. And I guess if I had thought back in the time that they were like $4 a piece, I probably wouldn't have started buying them. But, and that was it. It was literally because of the Batman Who Laughs. And it just happened to be there and bored and didn't really have a hobby. And then I started buying them and I just started really liking them. So I collected a lot when I was a kid, like in the 90s, like every other kid in the world.
Yeah.
So that probably started that. And then YouTube was this guy, Jeffrey Comic Con.
That guy's the man.
He, I can't remember. I think he asked me, he wanted to hang out and talk. Like I forgot how he tried to trick me, but it was like he was harassing me all the time. And then it was something like hanging out and talking. We did it once. And then one time he's like, well, I might as well just go ahead and go live. And I didn't like say no right away. I was very hesitant.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, okay, I guess. And then he went live, and then the kids found out about it. And my kids, like most kids these days, they don't watch TV. They watch YouTube or Netflix. And so they believe that the moment I had one person watching a video that I was famous. And so I did almost every video because of my kids thinking it was like the coolest thing they had ever seen in their life. It was like the fact that they say it all the time. They'll call me a YouTuber. Like somebody ask at work or something, they go, oh, he does this. And he's also a YouTuber. I'm like, easy.
You know, hey, man, I'm going to use a little magic right now since we're talking about Harry Potter. And I'm going to Accio Jeffrey Comic-Con Henson. Boom!
What? Hey, man, what's going on?
And I got my this is my rotation of lazy shirts is the Jeffrey Comic.
Look at him, man.
Yeah, nice. That's a good shirt, right?
Hey, Jeffrey, thanks for coming on, man. I messaged him earlier today, Mr. Garrell, and I'm like, dude, come on the show with us. I tried to get Barbarian too, but he's at work, so
we didn't need that troll on here.
Hey, man, but this is awesome because you're literally just telling us that the first person to get you involved is this man right here. How cool
I
is
don't think we did. Yeah. And it was bad because the first time I tried to go on, I was like, okay,
I must asked you to come on live with me like 50 times at least before you even said
Did you really?
Oh, yeah. Every day you were going to go live with me? No. And then he sent me a message like, let's do this. I'm like, all right, let's do it right now. He's like, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I could tell he was getting annoyed. And then the first time I tried to do it, he literally had to walk. I probably still have it. Like it was like a 10-step process. It was basically just turn on computer. Go to youtube.com. Like he gave me a process how to do it because I was like, I tried to do it. I couldn't figure it out. Sorry.
He didn't want to give you any excuses, man. You had to get on.
Yes, that's right, man.
Cool. So was that I think I remember that, but it was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was like he had
last year
an AOK or something. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's right.
Good times, man.
And it wasn't that long after that he got that slab thing. I remember that too. Because I was still doing
The Girls Anonymous.
Yeah, Girls Anonymous.
What Hulk book is that number again? 102?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Is 102 so it goes Hulk 1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6.
5, 6, and then jumps all the way up, or how does it go from there?
And then from there it starts as Tales to Astonish.
Okay.
It runs Tales to Astonish to 101, and then back to the Incredible Hulk at 102. Incredible Hulk's not in like he starts Tales to Astonish like issue 60s where he comes back into the picture.
Okay. Yeah, I knew there was something like that, man, because I just read that facsimile to Hulk 1.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, I am in love with that book.
Oh
my gosh, I love the Hulk.
Yes. So you even got a Hulk statue right there, Mr. Garrell. Like, how are you going to talk about it? Hey, yeah, I saw that. Don't think I didn't.
You just saw the arm and you recognize it. That's how Hulk loves you are.
Yeah.
Let me say what's up to the chat, man, because Jester Rican in his comics just gave me a $2 super chat. I love you, Rod. Thanks for doing that.
Oh, yeah, Rod's great.
You're going on with him in what, like 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Coast to coast. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So, guys, head over to Coast after this show. There's a whole bunch of people that showed up, though. I want to say hi to. I saw them in there. I was trying to put it in, and then I saw so many of them. Like, I don't got time to type everything. I got to listen to Mr. G. So that old comic smell popped in. What's up, that old comic smell? I love that name. Big Will has arrived. Joe 4771. Go Oilers. I like to see that. Let's see who else is in here. It's your boys comics. What's up? Fuchsia. Hey, Fuchsia, what's going on? I know you have a show tonight, Fuchsia. Make sure you put it in the chat so people come over and check you out. And Soldier. Let's see. Hack. We see Hack. Steve. Just a Rican. Poor Mike. Hey, and again, Rod, I appreciate that, my brother. You were the man. He says, great show. Kenny, what's up, Kenny? Comic Head 84. Man Cave Comics. Hello. And am I missing anyone? I hope not. You guys see anything?
I feel like I need to draw some glasses on Jeffrey. I can't get over this. This is weird. Like I need to.
What's up, Barbarian? What's up, everybody?
Look at those beautiful eyes, man.
Yeah, you see them? Nice and blue. Ooh,
it's true though, brother. After you've had them off now, like you see your eyes, man. It's like, dang. Yeah. Where those ladies at?
Right. Yeah.
That's too good, man. So, Mr. G, you bought one of my mystery boxes earlier this year.
I did.
All the way back in end December, beginning of January.
Yeah, so you got a piece of the Jeffrey thing, because what happened with that too? I must have said yes and no 17 times via message on your thing saying, I want to buy a mystery box because you're a cool guy, but no, I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm going to. No, I'm not. Yep. He probably was like, are you going to buy one or not? He was so nice about it though, because I was like, dude, that's like more money than I've ever spent on anything in my life.
Dude, you messaged me and you told me probably those same words. You're like, I really want to buy a box, but I'm freaking out. My wife will kill me because this is way expensive. $100 for these mystery boxes. You know? So I remember like back then being like, dude, I love this guy. Look at him flipping out, wanting to support me, but he's flipping out about it, you know? And that's one of the big reasons why tonight I kind of want to give back to you, man. I know that you supported me early on, and I super want to say thank you for that. I also know that there's something we have in common. We both own a small business. And I know that owning a small business is amazing and scary and hectic at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And there's been those days where I have been on my knees like, God, how's this going to work? I think this whole thing's about to fall apart, you know? And so this is my way of being in your corner, man, and letting you know, like, I got your back. And I hope when you open these books up, you feel that. And, you know, there's a lot of support for you in this community. How to get Jeffrey, try to get Barbarian on here to show you some love tonight, too, because I know these are your homeboys.
It's a weird thing you were saying that, because I know I mentioned this before, but, you know, whenever financially everything's kind of feels like it's coming in on you, you start looking at life decisions and comic books, these little silly pieces of paper that are designed to fall apart. It seemed like a really stupid decision to buy comic books. Yeah. And I was really beating myself up. The wife, of course, she's always cool. She was like, you know, why? You like them?
You beat yourself up about everything you do. You know that?
Yeah. So I was going to sell every book I had. I determined I was never going to buy a book again. And then the weird thing was, about that time, whether they meant to or not, those guys sent me a box. And it was really weird because that happened. And then 2 days later, I owed Barbarian. He always puts on these, and he's Barbarian's a predator. You know what I mean? Because he knows I have a soft spot for Doctor Strange. He knows I have a soft spot for Doctor Doom. And there's other books. And he'll go, hey, look at these books I got. And he'll show me like 4 or 5 Doctor Doom books. It's like, hey, they may or may not be on my you know, show tonight. And so I owed him a bunch of money. And then he was like, hey, man, I know that you're financially something to send these books. And I argue with him, but he sent it to me anyway. Yeah, and then you reached out to me and said that when you sent me that message a long time ago, another trickster, that it was about this. And so after I had sworn off comics, I'm never going to buy comics again. I'm an idiot for buying them. The community kind of, in a really weird way, like 3 packages showed up at once. And so it's kind of that weird, you know, I don't want to use karma because that's probably overused in our community, but it was a really weird, kind of fun thing that happened.
Just a bunch of people reaching out saying they love you, man. You're part of the community, whether you buy comics or not. You're part of the community. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Man.
So that was nice. Because it is, you know, you have a family, you want to, you know, spoil your kids and give them everything, and then, you know, business is business.
Yeah, you know what? And I think you make a really good point, man, that all of us, you know, probably need to be a little bit better at. Because there's definitely times where I buy a little too much and I'm like, what the heck am I doing?
I can't imagine.
This should be going to something else right now. And yet I just got this grill. You know what I'm saying? But
oh, yeah.
I think it's like that with any hobby, though, right? Like whether you're collecting something or doing something, you know, like you invest a lot of time and money into your hobby. That's what like your passion is. So, yeah. I mean, it's hard, I think, for anybody who has any type of love for anything to not overdo it, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, me and Jeffrey had a conversation a lot because he'll talk about, you know, well, he has a nice car now, but he would talk about need to put gas in his car, and I'm like, dude, man, I know, I hear you. And he'll go, look what I did, and he'll buy some comic that I know was pretty expensive. And I'm like, dude, we got problems, me and you. We got to stop doing this to each other.
Yeah, it's just hard. Like you go in with a plan. And then you see the books, and then the plan just like falls out the window, you know? Like,
yep.
I don't know.
Yep. It's called an addiction, man.
Yeah, right? It is.
It has to be. Like, you can't say. I mean, we try to like gloss it over, but we like the art and the stories. And yeah, no, some of the decisions that we all make, it's an addiction. There's like no way it's not.
I'll tell you this much, man, and this is the one that I've been fighting the most, because I don't mind collecting old books that at some point they're going to rise because of a movie, or just over time I can at least get my investment back or make a little money. You know, I'm okay with those. But what gets me is I'm always buying these new books that are coming out on the weekly basis because I'm going after a variant, or I'm going after maybe that book's going to get hot, so let me get a couple copies of it, you know? And I found myself spending way too much money weekly, and then these books don't get hot. Nobody cares about them, but I have like 4 copies of the Guardians of the Galaxy one because Donnie Cates was writing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that's the one I'm always fighting myself. Like, pull back. Just get comics that you want to read and that you love reading, and you're happy that you spent that money to read them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, man. So,
and it is frustrating because books that should be really valuable, I mean, they are, but like, oh, I just have him sitting here for Jeffrey. Like Mortal Hulk run or that Venom run, books that like it blew up. The stories are amazing. Everybody freaked out. It's like what is it, Venom? You can get the Venom #1 right now for not very much money, but the Venom #4, you know, with a son, it's unnecessarily high, and it's like it's just, you know, well, a great story to me. I wish it was where a great story would be worth more than just a book that sometime in the future might be worth something, so everybody freaks out and overbuys it.
Yeah, man. I don't know, and I've cut back a lot lately. Cut a lot of titles out that I'm not enjoying, because I tend to be a completionist. Like, if I started with #1, I got to go till it's over.
It's hard not to.
It's hard, right?
Same way.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, okay, the last 10 issues I have not liked at all. Why am I still getting this book, you know? And I fight myself for a couple weeks until I'm finally like, okay, I'm dropping it. I'm okay with it, you know? But it's hard. It's so hard not to do that.
For me, it's like when I go to drop a book, it's like I can't drop it unless I have something that I feel like is better to replace it. So it's almost like I can't really drop something. I just have to add something different to it and take something out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, turning one in for the other, man. It
is.
But it is frustrating for me too, because just on the other side of comic books, you have people like somebody like Donnie Cates who writes good stories, and then they clearly overusing them. So that I don't know how long that's going to last. But then you have stuff where like the Immortal Hulk team, there's teams where these are like, this is a known commodity. This is a known comic book writer with a known comic book artist, and it does well. But then Marvel will have or DC, they'll have 15 books of people they gave a book to that have never wrote a comic book before, and they want to charge $4 for it, and it's not going to make it past 1 or 2, and we all know that. And I just feel like it hurts overall, because then people are buying books. And then me and Barbarian talked about it one time on the show we were on. The other thing is you have all these image books, and everybody's buying them up because they heard some rumor that it might be put on a streaming service. And so it's like, I don't even know if some of those books are actually being written for good stories, if they're just written for the chance to sell them to a streaming service. So it's I kind of wish it all kind of laid down and just go back to just classic comic books and what we know works.
I think we kind of play a part in making that happen, though, because we're buying. You know, if a book isn't selling, they drop it normally. You know what I'm saying? Unless there's some kind of hidden agenda back there where they're trying to push a character, trying to push something, right? But most of the time, we don't buy it. Doesn't make money. It's over. But we're all giving our money to all these variants and all of these specs and all the stuff, and that's why they keep doing it, man.
Absolutely, yeah. It's our fault.
But I will tell you this: there have been some great reads this year, like the Immortal Hulk. Like, holy cow! I am blown away by that. So.
It's all right.
It's all right. What's your favorite series this year, Mr. Garrell?
Immortal Hulk is probably pretty good. I'd rather Jeffrey not be here when I say it, but Immortal Hulk is probably my favorite this year. Venom is really good, but then I kind of feel like once they try to mix Venom in with Thor,
everybody,
and they were kind of adding it in. It got a little like I wanted to be focused on the story that was good, and it kind of went all over the place.
Yeah.
But Immortal Hulk from beginning to end, I've liked them all. Even though I had to ask Jeffrey half the time what's going on, because I didn't know there were like 17 different Hulks. So I was like, where in the world is this coming from?
It's a lot to take in sometimes.
Yeah, but once you understand, and then it's actually cooler once he tells me something neat about it, because then it's like a little Easter egg that they're doing for the fans. Like you kind of had to know that was an important thing, and that's even kind of cooler when you find that out.
Yeah, it's true.
And I like Doctor Strange, so I read the Doctor Strange series. Even if it's not. I thought it was good. Probably the only one who thought it was good. But other than that, that's probably it. Those are probably my 3 best favorites.
Cool, man. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep going with Doctor Strange now that it's the Surgeon Supreme. I was reading it and I really enjoyed it, and then now they like gave him his hands back and he's like fighting between whether it should be a surgeon or the Sorcerer Supreme. And I'm like, it doesn't look interesting to me, man. So I'm probably dropping that now, which I'm bummed out because I actually love Doctor Strange too.
Yeah, I actually haven't bought since that last book where he made the little magic thing there to get his hands back. I actually haven't read it since then.
I'm sorry, dude. I didn't spoil it, did I?
No. I'm just saying, like, because it could be cool, but I was so worried that it wasn't. Like, that was one of the first books I said, okay, well, I'm not buying any more books anyway. But that was one of the books that
cut out.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, honestly, let's be honest. I love Doctor Strange, but in like a year, you can get every book for $1. Like,
yeah. Jeffrey, what's been yours, man? I mean, I guess I should know, but I want to make sure. What's your favorite?
Yeah, I mean, Immortal Hulk, definitely.
Yeah,
for sure. There's been some other good ones out there, but for me, that's by far. I mean, the X-Men Powers of 10.
Oh, yeah, that was really good.
That was a good series, but I don't know. It was, it's just short little mini series. Yeah. But those two are definitely probably the top for me.
Cool. I love how the Immortal Hulk starts out with a quote every single time, man. And I know some of those quotes like, oh, that's deep right there,
Yeah, no, for sure. They really tried to make that whole series, I feel like, deep, and like everything's got like a double meaning and stuff like that to it when you look a little bit deeper. I think they did a real good job with that. But yeah,
what was it? The One Below All? Holy cow, man! Like it was insane. Those issues, man. So
yeah, that was. I felt like there was a whole lot of like biblical like intentions put in there. It was definitely crazy. Yeah, I love that story arc.
Yeah, man. As somebody that reads a lot of the Bible and stuff, man, I saw it all. I'm like, okay, there's a nod to that. There's a nod to that. And it's getting deep now and it's crazy. And then there's questioning and it was just really good, man. It was.
Yeah.
So, man.
Barbarian, because magic has a price, you jerk. He's talking trash about Doctor Strange, as usual.
It does have a price. You know what? I got a Biggie, Immortal Biggie Shaq said something earlier, and I wanted to point this out because a lot of people. He said you spent more on these AOKs than I've all my books this year, Seven.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, you have.
I'll tell you this though, guys. I earlier 2-3 months ago, I did mystery boxes again. I sold 16, and they all had a slab in them, and all the money that came from there went into these, man. So. Not only is it me, but everybody that bought one of those mystery boxes are kind of giving to this experience. So I need to make sure that I say thank you to everybody that purchased one, because I told people, if you do this, I promise it's going to something good. And I didn't want to spoil it back then. But if you go back and watch my videos, I'm like, these are mystery boxes and they're going to a good cause. Please buy one. And people did. People were really happy. But I just want to make sure that I put that out there. Because of them, I was able to do something like this, So it's a whole bunch of the community involved in this, not just me, But especially like it's cool to have Jeffrey on here tonight, man. I mean, how cool is that? You're telling the story and he's waiting in the background. I'm like, perfect timing. Let's bring him. Sneaksters, man.
Oh yeah,
heck yeah. That's right. Did either of you guys read Absolute Carnage?
I did actually. Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I liked it a lot. I wasn't. When I was a kid, Venom was one of my favorites probably, and I didn't know that much about Carnage, but I like I'm not sure I like the way Marvel handled the whole situation, but I did like the story, the 1 through 6. I did like that.
Cool.
I didn't like how Marvel
had like 1,000 titles.
They had like 1,000, and this time, I talked about it a little bit too with Barbarian. This time you feel like you had to read them, like you couldn't just ignore them. There was a lot of books. You didn't have to read all of them, but there were a lot of ones you had to read.
Yeah.
Some were better than others.
Yeah, and then they were, and they were very expensive, and so I saw online somewhere it was like $40 or $50 to pretty much get the gist of the story, and so I don't know, I didn't really like. I mean, it's okay that they did that, but then to come out later and they were kind of all complaining that people are pirating the books, and
I heard that. I saw that.
And it's not a great look whenever you're paying $4 or $5 a book, and like I said, and 90% of them nobody's buying past book 2 or 3.
Yeah.
How can you get upset that people are pirating? I mean, I totally get it. I'm not saying pirate. I'm just not buying books right now. But at the same time, like, come on, it's like
I saw that Twitter battle because I followed Danny Cates, he was going to town on some people, man. I just refrained. One time he got mad at me because he actually talked some smack directly to me on Twitter. Who was it? Oh my gosh. Chris. Why am I going blank? Chris, what's his channel's name? Gosh darn it. He's an American Indian guy. Oh my gosh. He always talks about the Indians in the indigenous people inside comics and stuff. What is his name? Guys, somebody in the chat help me out, Chris. Anyway, he posted something about, all right, how many of these book sales really count? And then he had tagged Donnie Cates on it. Carolina Chris. Thank you, Metarog. Carolina Chris.
Oh yeah. Why didn't I think of that?
It slipped my mind. I know Chris. So anyways, he had tagged Donnie Cates, and then I didn't realize it, so I messaged Chris back, and I was like, you know, it really doesn't count how many sold. It only counts how many were in homes, like how many really got into the house, people read them and continued to buy them, not how many were printed and sold to comic shops. And then Donnie Cates like, let me have it, man. He straight up like, that's not how you count it. And he started like, he gave me this whole like 3 or 4 paragraphs on Twitter and how I didn't know what the heck I was talking about.
Oh, dang.
It was a lot of fun, man. So I was like, all right, you know, I'm still going to stick to my view. You know, if the books are bought from the comic shop because we care about them, that's really what you should care about, you know?
Yeah, just because a comic shop picks up 25 copies and 20 of them sit on the shelf, that shouldn't really count, right?
Yep.
You know what, though? That's the bad and the good about me and Jeffrey had this conversation in private before. That's the good and the bad about social media, though, right? Because it gives you opportunity to talk to somebody like Donnie Cates.
Yep.
But then it gives him an opportunity to have a bad look at times. Star Wars does the same thing. Like, it's almost like you can say that you wouldn't be selling books without fans. But then they immediately will be like, well, the fans are toxic. And I understand that. The fans want too much out of you. Yeah. But it's almost, there should have been an equal. And I feel like now it's even more the other way, where it's like they are so defensive. And they I mean, everybody's like that. But like even some of the stars are so defensive because they only like the 3,000 people that are saying great things and want to be their best friends. And if that one person's like, hey, the movie was pretty good, but I've seen you act better. They're like, oh, banned, blocked, toxic. Like, it's like, wow, that seems a little over the top.
Yeah.
Like,
When you put yourself out there, you have to make yourself available for that kind of a thing. I feel like, you know?
It doesn't matter. Like business-wise, as far as Marvel concerned, absolutely it matters how many they got into the hands of the thing. But for like me personally, if I was writing a book, would it matter if Amazon bought 6,000 of my books if nobody read them? No, it wouldn't matter. It matters how many people read them.
Yeah.
But, you know, so.
I was hoping that he didn't come at me so hard, because he did, man. Like I was kind of fuming. I'm like, this jerk, are you kidding me right now? But I mean, I wanted to let him know, like, I get your point of view. You're writing a good book. Comic shops decided to buy it. You should be proud of that. But in the long run, you want those books from the comic shop to end up in people's homes that want to buy issue number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't even know he was tagged, and I think he took it as like I was taking a shot at him, so he came back hard, you know. But I mean, I as someone that wants to write and wants my books to be published, I'm happy for him. I think Donnie Cates has done some darn good stuff.
Yeah.
You know? I just want him. I just personally believe those books, we got to count it when they're in someone's home. You know, what are you smiling about, Jeffrey?
Oh, I was just reading Bueller. His vote for Jeffrey.
Yeah, what's up, Bueller? Love that dude. I'm gonna be on live with him and on Gem Mint's channel in about an hour.
Oh, nice.
So
heck yeah,
it's always good to hang out with Bueller. What's up, Kevin?
For sure. I was just talking about trying to do something.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Nemo's another one. He comes on here acting like he's doing. No, he's just looking for tears. See, they're not good friends. I thought they were good friends. They're not good friends. They're just coming on here.
They want to see you cry.
Give me a hard time later in the future. That's all that is.
We haven't opened it yet, Tony, but I think that's a good segue. Let's do it, man. Let's get into your books. What do you think?
Yeah, let's see what you get, Mr. Garrell.
I guess.
You have been the most timid and like scared guy out of everybody. Like you're freaking out. Man.
Well, it's because I know that Will kind of talked about it, but when you did this, you definitely weren't saying, I'm going to buy you something, give me a list.
Yeah.
You were saying, and you had asked me to go on one of your shows before.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, he must be trying to do another show. So I was like, I want to put on books that mean something to me, not necessarily valuable books.
Yeah.
That we have something to talk about. And some of these are very I had a rough childhood, and some of these I'm hoping it's weird. I'm actually hoping you didn't buy me any of the books that are on that part of the list because I don't want to have an emotional reaction to it.
Oh, we want, that's what we want, though.
Although it seems like all my
Jeffrey.
friends are hoping to God you gave me every one of those books.
Right? Oh, man, this is good. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let you have this experience right now.
Yeah. Yay.
I know. And Mr. Garrell, he always gets so, like, he has a hard time opening up gifts from people.
I don't like gifts.
And he doesn't feel like he deserves them and doesn't want to like get emotional and on camera and stuff like that. But you do. But you're great. You deserve it.
They need gifts more than me.
Oh yeah, but you're the one in our world who needed it today, so you got it.
Perfect, Jeffrey. That's the perfect words right there. You are the one in our world today, man.
Well, I can confirm there was some issues with the post office, a little rough on the thing, and I can confirm everything seems to be here.
Good, man. Yeah, so he messaged me, guys, those of you in the chat, like 2 weeks ago when he got his books in, and he's like, Matt, it's bent, and it looks like somebody opened it up and pulled it out. And I'm like, okay, get your wife to look at it, and then she can take pictures and show me. But then she kind of popped into it just a little bit, and everything was good.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Dude, okay, like I know you want to read the book. I'm sorry, guys, but I just want to react to this. So here's the wife, right? Here's the box, and she's looking in it. She's peeking in it, and I said, what's in there? But don't tell me what's in there. But I kind of want to know what's in there. The whole time she's like this. And then she goes, "Are you kidding me?" And we're like arguing back and forth. I'm like, "Oh my God, open it. Okay, don't open it." So she put her hand in here and went, "Okay, there's stuff wrapped in bubble. Yeah, there's something hard. There's books. Yeah. It's all in here." And I was like, "Okay, tape it up before I change my mind. Tape it up." Like I was like, "Oh, let me see."
Yeah, baby, that's awesome, man. Here we go.
Here we go. Good Lord.
All right, I'm gonna put you big and kick us out. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Merry Christmas, my friend. What a year it's been. I wanted to say thank you for your support of my mystery box early on. I knew that was a hard decision for you to make, and you still took a chance on me. This is my way of saying thank you. I also know you and your wife have a huge endeavor with your business. As a fellow small business owner, I know the stress that can come from that. I'm hoping this gift can relieve a little pressure and make you smile. I especially love this time of year because it fills the world with spirit of giving, and I hope you can feel a small piece of gratitude and friendship as you open up this gift. Good luck with everything you're doing, and I'm praying that success and growth comes to your business. I wish you and your entire beautiful family a very Merry Christmas and amazing 2020. Enjoy. Okay. Yeah.
You made it. You made it.
Oh, man.
All right. Woo. So here goes to hoping that these are nothing that I recognize.
Ha.
Yeah.
What is Kung Fu Ha-Han about? Andre?
He's asking if you're already crying.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's not good. All right. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. Okay. No.
Some Mike Zek goodness, right?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's the story there. Hopefully I don't have to tell it. I can just say this is an amazing book that I've always wanted.
Tell us the story, man, because I picked that one because I knew that one was special to you.
Yeah. Okay. So childhood. Yeah. See, this is not good. I hope the kids never see this. The childhood was a little rough. It was pretty bad childhood. A lot of abuse, and I used to sneak over to friends' house to get away from it. And I told this story a little bit the other day with Barbarian. I had never seen a comic book in my life. And I went into my best friend's brother's room, and he had a big poster on his wall, and it had kind of like this. I don't know if it was a repeat of this, but it was on the wall. And I remember I was going through my head. I think I pretty much just took a beating, and I had ran away to my friend's house, and I saw this for some reason. It really, I don't know.
Your interest.
Yeah, it really made me think about, other stuff. And, so I didn't know this was even a comic book, and I saw it when I first came back, and I purposely never bought it because I didn't know if I wanted it, but I'm kind of glad I have it now.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I wish you hadn't bought. I mean, I love it. But yeah, that was yeah, the tears there. Oh yeah, and here's another one. That's fantastic.
Fantastic Four.
No, Spider-Man
Oh, yeah.
299.
First appearance of the Venom symbiote.
The first appearance. You're right. I don't want to hear that nonsense. This is the first appearance.
Yep.
Yeah, same thing. Running to the comic book store to get away from life, and I saw Venom, or his black suit Spidey, I guess. And yeah, that's how I stayed away from the house. And this is one of the books I remember seeing and remember always wanting it and never could get it. So that's a pretty awesome book.
Yeah,
never is today, bro.
Yeah, so
that's right.
That's that's great. Yeah,
Just breathe. Just breathe.
Woo. Look at that.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
That is awesome. First,
Falcon.
Sam Wilson, right?
Cap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This, I bet you, you're gonna get a lot of bonus points with this because I bet you anything, the wife will want this book.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I actually bought that from the Great Legend on one of his auctions about 5-6 months ago, and I've been holding on to it, and so I could do it at this time, man. That's right. You know I don't give nothing. If it's a book, it's got to be there.
She knows that like comic books as a child were like a getaway, and so she goes to the movies, and I don't think she likes them. But for some reason, of all the superheroes, she thinks that he's the best. She thinks he's the. I don't get it.
Who? Captain America or Falcon?
Yeah, Falcon. And she thinks, and so when they were kind of giving that nod in the movie, I was like, what? Winter Soldier should be the next one. She's like, are you crazy? The Falcon's the best of all time. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
You should just grab onto the fact that she has something to do with comic books that she likes and just take that run.
That's right.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, this is awesome. Thanks. 9.8. Woo! Now I got 2.
Right.
Look.
That's right.
From both.
Oh, yeah.
There we go, baby.
Go.
Nice, man.
That is awesome. Yeah, this is pretty awesome, sir. Woo. This one I hear, this is I'm kind of shaking a little bit. Yeah. I was worried. I was kind of hoping you went with the Spawns because they didn't mean as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a pretty awesome book. Wow. Yeah, I don't know how to thank you. This is pretty awesome, dude.
Oh man, it's we give gifts not to be thanked or not to be given back, but just because we love people, man. So that's from my family to you, man.
That's weird. Okay, yeah. I don't really know what to do. Like that's memories are powerful things, I guess.
Yeah. It's true. It's true, man. We are a sum of our experiences and the things we've been through. And just want you to know we love you, man.
Absolutely.
And that's I'm pretty suckerfish when it comes to the kids, and that's kind of the reason why, because I don't want them to experience what I went through. So
yeah. You know what, man? One of my things is I love watching your videos what you have with your kids on because the ginger comes out, man. It's so cool, man. And you were saying something earlier, and I thought, as long as we're involving our kids, we're involving the community, we're involving our friends in our channels, things are just happy, things are good, and it's beautiful to see you and do that with your family, man. So I love it.
Yeah, the funny part was the first time I asked him to do something, it was for, I think it was John's Comics with Kids. And they're like, oh, can I do that? Can I? And I said, yeah. And if you go back and look at that, I don't know if I still even have it. None of them are saying anything. They just sit there with no emotion, no talking. As soon as I put the camera on, they were completely like overcome with the situation and wouldn't speak. So like we did Bully Wars and I can't remember which one I did with my daughter, but and we were doing those, and I put them on. The whole time I'm saying, hey, you got to have a little bit of like pizzazz. You got to do something. You can't just sit there, okay? Yeah. And it's like, yeah. And if you look at the videos, half the time I'm looking, I'm like, what in the world? Because especially my son is like I don't know what.
The pizzazz came out, right?
It's it can get a little much.
Oh, it's too awesome, man.
Naomi, sorry. Yeah, thank you, Barbarian, for saving me on that one. Then the funny part, so it was different. It was watching my son, his personality come out, because he's one of those ones that I've always felt bad. Because like I said, I'm really suckerfish. I cry in 2 seconds if I talk about my kids. You think it's bad talking about my child? I talk about them. Man, I'm telling you right now, I think it's a bunch of crap what Subaru does. I think it's Subaru who they put
Chevy
on. When they do it, the little kids, and the dad's like, "Where are you going?" And they're like, "Bye, Dad." And they turn into the big girl and they drive away. That's a bunch of crap. Subaru, don't like those. And then Disney, they put up one that was like the guy was looking at the video of his child, and then look up, and the daughter's clearly like 19, going away to college or something. And it's like Disney because they're only small once. I'm like, screw you, Disney! Don't put that on the. That's trying to get me all.
Go to Disneyland at least once a year, right? Gotta take those kids.
But, so having that experience with the kids, which you're still asking me about videos, but I was so hard on myself for buying comics. I didn't even want to do YouTube.
Dude, but, you were seriously. You used to send me messages feeling so bad about it. It's crazy.
See my son getting all super excited for me on YouTube, and then the best part was my daughter, who takes everything way seriously. And we were doing Naomi, and the moment we would stop the camera, she would say, "Can we go ahead and read the next one?" Because she was like uber into Naomi because of didn't know what's happening, and she had almost the exact response that people had with Naomi, because we had like book 4 when the reveal happened, and you could see in her eyes the letdown, because I don't know what she was hoping that this would turn into, like some kind of like uber powerful, I don't know, but when she still liked it, but she was like, "Oh, I want to read the next one," and I was like, "I hope there's not," and we read it, and she was kind of like, "Oh," because like the whole book they told everything, and she was like, "Oh, okay, you like it?" Yeah, and you can see the letdown. I was like, that just totally describes with no experience whatsoever.
Oh man, oh my goodness, man. Yeah, I recently was reading Infinity Gauntlet to my kids, my 3 little ones. I try to read to them comic books before bed, and man, they loved it. They loved it. They were just like blown away with it. And then we went into Death of a Family, and we've been just reading a whole bunch of different stuff. So my son right now, he's reading The Death of Superman, and I have him do that before he can play video games. He's got to read 3 comic books before he can play video games.
Nice.
They like to play video games daily, so I'm getting those comic books read, man.
I didn't think about that. That's not bad. I should make
it's fun, man. And I have it on the my iPad. So I hand him my iPad, put my little fingerprint in there. I'm like, all right, read 3 of them, and then come back, tell me what they're about.
There you go, Mr. Garrell, because then you wouldn't even have to worry about them touching your books. You know, I know how you check the toys out to them. They have to sign in and check the toys out. So, like, you wouldn't even have to, like, check your books out or anything. You could just hand them the tablet and let them go do it digitally, so they get the peanut butter and jelly all over the tablet and not even worry about it.
Yeah, if they don't check the toys out, they got to check the lightsabers and the guns out.
Nice. That way they come back with them, right?
Yeah, that way
all the pieces.
Yes, all the pieces. They still lose them anyway, but they have to come back with all the pieces.
Dude, I should have done that. I about 15 years ago, I got on eBay and I bought like a whole bunch of GI Joes.
Oh, dude!
And I bought like literally like 80 action figures still in the box, and then the ships and the tanks and everything. And then the guy also included, when I got it, I didn't know, but he included all the same things I bought but open, and he had all of them in an individual baggie, right? So I got him, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So we set up the house, we were playing as a family. I left the ones that were still in the package, but I didn't do that. And the other day I was kind of going through them. I'm like, yeah, we're missing like 1,000 guns and 1,000 swords, and I should have totally done that. I didn't take care of them. We had some good times for sure. But
yeah, we still have Star Wars battles. We did them right there on the floor every so often. We'll still have them.
Yes,
that's cool. Hey guys, I'm gonna run real quick because I gotta get ready for the other show. But thanks for having me. Congratulations, Mr. Garrell. You deserve it, brother. I'll talk to you later. See you guys. Yeah. Thanks for having me again, Matt.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
Later.
Peace. Yeah, guys. In about 6 minutes, coast to coast on. So we're gonna finish up here with Mr. Garrell. So I say Garrell, and everyone says Garrell. But hey, poor Mike was asking if you can show the stickers on the back. It's just my way of giving books out to the community, and that way they know what it is and who it came from. So it says the name, Captain America Annual 8, A-OK, Mr. Garrell, and then it's from The Boy Who Had 7.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah, and that's on everything. So you'll always know that's the book I sent you. That's kind of it's kind of what I do. So everybody has it like that, you know?
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
a really good idea.
Yeah, man. And at some point, man, I included the slab for you because I knew that those 2 books that I got you right there were sentimental books rather than like huge grails for you. And so part of me is like, I want to send this guy sentimental books because that's what this is about. And then the other part of me is like, that book's going to get hot. As soon as Falcon comes out as Captain America in the MCU, if he really wants to sell that and then get a grail for himself, do it, man. So if you ever feel like selling that book right there, do it and turn around and buy yourself something you love in your collection. It would make me happy. If you want to hang on to it forever too, that's your.
Yeah. Probably will do that. Probably hold on to, especially if I can try to, trick the wife into liking comic books. That'd be cool.
Perfect, man. That's perfect, brother. Well,
man, boy, you had 7. You're awesome, dude. I don't know, man. This is just really cool. I really appreciate it. Like, I know we talk on Instagram some, but you got an amazing family, and we've talked about stuff.
Yeah.
You were able to share some of your emotions and when all that stuff went down in El Paso. So
yeah, I'm
just glad I know you, and I'm glad I can call you a friend.
Thank you, man. That means a lot to me, man. You definitely are my friend, and I wanted you to know that tonight. And I hope this brings us closer together. We get opportunities to do more stuff together,
Absolutely.
In all honesty, from the bottom of my heart, I know you're working hard. I know you've got a huge business endeavor in front of you that you guys want to work. And I pray with my heart and soul that it works out for you guys and that all the energy you put in, all the stress that you have will pay off and pay you back, man. And no matter what happens, I pray for you and your beautiful family. I see you guys, and it makes me happy that you're a part of this community, man. You're my friend too.
Appreciate it, sir.
Yeah, man. So, well, we better let people get out of here so they can go to their other shows and do other stuff. But guys, thank you for being here. This is just special moments, man. I'm about to lose it, so I gotta get those laughs in here. But thanks for being here with us. We love you all. If I didn't say hi to you, if I missed something you said in the chat, thank you for being here. I really mean it. It's hard to do both the chat and concentrate on who's here, but you don't go unseen. I appreciate you being here for me, for Mr. Garrell. Oh, look at that Star Wars background.
Yeah, somebody said that.
But go support everyone tonight. There's going to be a lot of people going on soon. Let's get JP's budget collecting to 600. I think he only needs 5 more subs. If you are here watching this and you haven't subbed up JP's budget collecting, please do that. Let's go check out Rod tonight, Fuchsia and Soldier tonight, Gem Mint in about an hour with me on that channel. So we'll see you guys. Thanks for all you do. Much love to you guys. And as always, mischief managed.